Hi, you guys. Welcome to another episode of Unreserved One Shay. Today, I have a very special guest.
She's right. I am special.
She is, but I also say that about every guest because if you're on my podcast, which honestly, I'm going to stop even calling it a podcast because the only reason I call it a podcast is because I have these mics.
I mean, shoot, it's whatever you call it. Who's gonna check you?
It's not on Spotify. It's not on Apple Podcasts. It's on YouTube, and it's a video.
Okay, but if you called it a podcast, who's gonna check you?
Nobody is, but right. I just whatever. Oops, I think I touched my mic. Today we're going to be doing something I think fun. We're going to be doing our makeup, but while we are doing it, we're going to be talking about some juicy topics, and by topics I mean dating, because
that's what. Pause. Because I asked her what we were going to talk about, and she refused to tell me. And I said, oh, is it dating? She was like, I don't know.
Well, because it doesn't matter what Rebecca and I start talking about. We always end up talking about dating. And
we have two completely different mindsets when it comes to dating.
Well, they will learn that as we go. But the moral is, you know how you see those memes that it says... Why is it that the people that are never in relationships have the most advice to give?
Oh, that's us for sure.
That's you. That's you. So today we are going to have the epitome of that. People that aren't well versed on dating, giving dating advice. Because listen, whether you're in a relationship or not in a relationship, I can never, I'm always entertained talking about dating. I watch dating podcasts. I do not mess with the roommates. Come talk to me, invite me on the podcast because
is that the one with dude who look like Cusco?
I don't know who Cusco is, but no. I don't think that's them. The roommates are these other guy friends that started off in college or whatever. But the podcast that I really do not like about dating, but I sometimes do hate watch, which is good because they're still getting money. It's these other two guys. I don't know.
Girl, I don't know because...
One is Middle Eastern, I think.
The one who looked like the one who...
Okay, those are the ones you're talking about.
But
there's also another one.
He looked like a llama. He run his mouth too much. It's ugly.
Okay, let's start.
Let's get into it.
So like I said, we're going to be doing our makeup. I will not be showing you guys what I'll be using, but maybe you can see. And if you do want to know something specific... just comment and I will let you know.
Also, let me just tell y'all, Shayla has this whole elaborate thing going on with her makeup. The reason why mine isn't as elaborate is because I came to her, so don't play me like I'm broke.
That part. So yeah, the first question I'm gonna ask you is, would you say I'm gonna say my age. I'm 25 and Rebecca is
24.
Okay. So, would you say that you've been in a relationship before?
No. And
why do you think that?
I think for multiple reasons. And, the first thing I'm going to say is I grew up sheltered. My parents that did not play... I'm Haitian, if you didn't know.
Yes, we're La Isla Española here. From Dominican Republic and Haitian.
I don't even know what that translated to, but it sounded cute.
Well, before Haiti got divided into two sides, it was La Isla Española.
You see, go ahead, put me on to gang.
Continue.
But growing up, my parents did not play that dating thing, seeing guys talking to them. I was very my parents did not play that. So it's just because of that I didn't get into a relationship. And then also growing up, I think when I did start actually sneaking behind my parents, because strict parents make the sneakiest kids. Oh, you starting already, let me start priming too. Shit. And y'all, I'm gonna try my hardest not to curse because who knows who might watch this. My mom might watch this.
Right, she may.
Right. Oh, cut that part out because my mom don't think I curse.
Girl, yes she do. Just because she don't hear you doesn't mean that she thinks you don't curse.
So, when I did start, sneaking and going out, and college also helped with that, I started talking to older dudes and getting myself in certain situations where it's why are you 19 years old talking to a whole 34-year-old with 6 kids? What is wrong with you? But it's just don't look at me like that. Oh my God, on TikTok, quick look, you're supposed to put this in the back. Put this in the back. Put this in the back.
I don't like how that works.
And then push it up. Pull this part up. and then you wrap this part around your hair, but your hair thick. So just do it the way you was doing it.
Girl, now you wasting my time.
I'll show you.
Okay, so back to your parents were strict.
Right. So I started, talking to people and getting into, certain situations.
What age? What age are we talking about? Like high school?
When I started, like, talking to older dudes. Well, like, I would say, when I really started taking guys kind of serious, I would definitely say, like, as soon as I got to college. Like,
okay.
How old are you when you get to college?
I think 18.
18, 19?
Yeah, like 18, 19, 21, 22, yeah.
Yeah. So, like, around that, girl, you see, one thing I hate about this primer, when it dries, it dries.
Oh, girl, that's different. What is that?
You're supposed to, aren't you supposed to push that down? Isn't this a spray?
Girl, I don't know what this is.
Brief intermission.
No, girl, keep going.
Oh. Yo.
This is definitely a new foundation. I usually use the Maybelline.
I was so confused for you. I was about to say, we going to Sephora
Stay on
right
track.
now.
Stay on track.
No, one thing about Shayla and I, we can talk about anything.
Right.
Lose topic.
I have to edit this, so please.
Let's keep it cute. Let's keep it cute and calm. Okay. So, so I would say, like, once I got to college, that's when I really started, dabbling into the dating world. And also, like, my type isn't typically the ones that you find on a college campus.
Okay, elaborate.
I like
what you think you like, because clearly you've never been in a relationship in your 25 years. But it's just
like, yeah, I get what you're saying, because I'm starting to realize maybe my type isn't my type. But every time I try to go out of my type, I'm like, ew.
But how can you say you've gone out of your type if you've never dated?
Because getting into
what is dating? What do you consider dating?
Getting into a relationship and dating is two completely different
Okay,
things.
so what is dating?
So, like, when you're dating, you're going out, like, you're testing the waters, you're seeing how, like, what is that likeliness with this person to create a future with them. Like, if I'm dating, I'm just testing out the water.
So in your 24 years, I think I said 25 before. In your 24 years of life, you've just been testing the waters.
Yeah.
So when do you think you're going to dive? You're going to start swimming?
When somebody convinces me enough. Like, I feel like every time I'm in that dating stage and the guy tells me that he really likes me, he ends up doing something that really just throws me off. Okay. And then I start realizing, like, maybe they're not doing things that throw me off, or maybe, like, I catch myself right in the beginning stages of me before I catch feelings, and I make sure, like, I run. So I've always said I have commitment issues. I have a commitment phobia, y'all. I really do. Okay,
so that's Rebecca. For me, I started dating, I would say, in middle school. I did have a little fling. And I went more in detail in the first season of Undeserved con Shay. I did, like, a dating video and why I feel like dating nowadays is harder. Yes, because of the pandemic, but also just in general, it's harder. Social media. And I also think sometimes just because you have more options doesn't necessarily mean that things are better. Because yes, you can see a guy that lives in West Bubble and you guys can, slide into the DMs, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's good, right? Like, quality over quantity.
Facts.
So I had a little fling.
But with that being said, keep your options open.
Not if you're in a committed relationship. Well, to each their own, because there's people that are in open relationships. That's not for me, but it is.
And some people who aren't in open relationships, if your man or your girl is cheating on you and you not leaving, you in an open relationship. Just call it what it is.
But anyway, so yes. So my first relationship was in middle school, and it wasn't really anything serious. Like, at that moment, I swore I was, like, so in love, but not really. And then I met my second boyfriend on Facebook, and it was so I feel like that was when I actually, like, learned, like, not learned, but I actually liked this guy. Like, I would be to the point where, first of all, Alyssa, which hopefully I get her on the podcast, she was, like, my high school best friend. Alyssa would be like, yo, this guy is really, really into you, because he would talk about me to his guy friends, and, like, when I did meet his guy friends would be like, oh my god, like, he's always talking about you, like, I'm so excited to meet you.
One thing about it, don't listen to guy friends.
No, but this is, like, my friends would also tell me this, like, it was whatever. He was really into me and I was really into him, But again, back to the issue that you were talking about, my mom was very, very strict. And then at the time, I didn't really get it, but it's like, how long can you be in a relationship when you're not seeing yourself, like, each other a lot? And it wasn't like we were out of state or whatever. We literally lived in the same city. It's just, my mom was not messing with me just going out to go out. Also,
my mom be like, what's that?
Yeah, and also, like, I don't know. I was raised in a low income, but that really has nothing to do with it because he wasn't asking for money or anything. But the moral is that because my mom was so strict, we ended up just like not working out because it was just texting and texting and texting. But we would really not me sounding but we would never really see each other. So that ended up not so good because he used to always go to this girl. I mean, I shouldn't get into details because I'm not going to. But it didn't end as good.
We go to her house right now.
No. We are in good terms. He has kids and everything. Like, it's great.
Girl, you dodged a bullet. No. We good.
No, I mean, whatever. The point is, I also grew up, I don't want to say afraid of relationships, but because I grew up, like, in a home where my mom would just always, like, just focus on school, and I did that. Which,
first off,
I know parents that are like that.
You were bring up a single mother?
I wasn't.
Oh.
She always trying to clock me because I tell people that I was raised by a single mother, but it's true. Like, I was.
Y'all, one thing I've realized about Shayla.
Oh my God, not me having the batteries here. This is good.
Yeah, who gonna check you? Who gonna check you?
This is what happens when you're a one-woman production team.
No, facts.
Oh my God. Whatever.
You'll cut that out.
Oh, I'm not editing. This is a one and done. This is real life.
Shayla judges men based off. Like, one thing I realized about Shayla, she does not trust men for the simple fact of her upbringing.
Oh, I don't trust men, yeah.
And it's just like, it's so funny because as soon as a guy tries to approach Shayla, like, she'll seem open to it, but at the same time, in the back of her head, I can see things spinning.
But that, yes, but also because men do be lying.
Girl, they do.
And it's like, and this is another thing.
Pause. You start your foundation first?
Yeah.
You about to be done before me.
Well, there you go. I'm a natural girl. I don't be going all out.
Girl, don't do me.
It's true. But I forgot what I was saying.
You were saying men do be lying because I brought up.
Yeah, but I feel like we've been going all over the place. So the moral is we do not have a lot of experience in dating. My first quote-unquote boyfriend was in middle school. And Rebecca didn't start dating until she was in college. But here's the gag, right? I feel like a lot of times women that are educated and have stuff going for themselves are not the best at dating. And I know I hate when I hear other dating podcasts and they're like, oh, successful women have it harder when it comes to dating. But I think that's true. Do you believe that?
It's definitely a fact. Especially because something I realized because of the jobs that Shayla and I have, like, people automatically think that you just have all the money in the world, or like they'll think that you're doing more than you really are. So like, I work at the assignment desk at this local news station. Every time I tell people I work there, they automatically think that I'm a reporter. And when I tell them I'm not a reporter, they're like, just say you are. I'm like, no.
Because I'm not.
Right.
Right, yeah.
Like,
for me, I do think it's true. I think it sucks. Like, I don't want to say I'm going to settle down and be sad about it, but sometimes I do get in my head because not only do I have the pressure of my age, yes, I am young, I'm 25, but I feel like I'm old.
Girl, I am. My back don't work the way it used to.
But also you have the pressure of your family, like, oh, when are you going to date? Or my mom that's always like, oh, when are you going to bring your boyfriend to the house? Because she swears that I'm lying, right? And I'm literally telling her, Mom, I'm not lying. I am, in fact, single. And I like to think it's not because I want to. It's just
That is so funny because my family says the same thing. Like, my aunt, I'm sorry to keep interrupting you, girl.
It's okay.
My aunt, she was like, oh, I know you're probably keeping your boyfriend a secret. You could tell me. And I said to her, I was like, I don't do commitment. The moment I said that, she runs to my parents like, you said you don't do commitment. Like, your daughter says she doesn't do commitment. I'm like, you see, now you telling me I can trust you and tell you if I got a man. And the moment I tell you I don't do commitment, who's the first people you run to? Girl. Wait till I tell her. I'll be like, next time I'm going to just shake my family's room. I'll be like, I got a girlfriend. Yo.
Which is bad because it shouldn't be no. You know, like, just what if you wasn't together?
Right. What if I was? I mean, I'm not, full disclosure, but because
if you were, it still does not matter.
But it's like, because they're always on my case, it's like, I'm gonna just start saying that to get y'all to leave me alone. Like,
girl, they are not gonna leave you alone if you say that. If anything, they're gonna be, let me see her.
Beastin'. Let me see her.
Yeah. So yeah, I like to think that now we're gonna move on to the fact of like, why do I think successful women are not the best at dating? I'm gonna say this. I remember when I was dating, apps are a must. Not a must, but I feel like when you are, I'm not the type to go out clubbing. That's number one. All I do is work, and a majority of the days I work from home. And when I do go into work, a lot of the people are older and are not my type.
Yeah, I refuse. Like, there's this, I call it the curse at the job I work at, because I've worked at both the one in New York and the one in New Jersey at the local news station I was talking about. And there's like a habit of people dating within the company. And I tell everybody, I'm like, I'm not falling into that curse. And they're like, why do you call it a curse? I'm like, because no.
It's just, for me, I don't, but also keep in mind, I was hired like during the pandemic, but now we're going in and like more people are going into work.
Girl.
But also it's like, I'm not going to find them at work because as of now, I haven't found anyone attractive. And also I work weekends, so only the weekend shows go in, and it's not a big pool of people. Because the company that I work for is big, so maybe if I was working during the weekday and like everybody was coming in, I would have a higher chance of, you know, diversity.
But you see, like, for me, I've never worked from home. Like, I've always, since like the lockdown got lifted, like every job I've had, I've always worked from home. Yeah. And every guy, like, who I won't say that, I don't attract anyone, because, you know, your girl does. But the thing is, the people that I attract, I'm not attracted to. So I think that's another reason why successful women have trouble, because it's like the guys that they attract are not people that they're technically attracted to. I think that's anyone, regardless of success.
Yeah, I think a lot of ladies would say that.
Can agree to that. Right.
Yeah. So yeah, that's number one. So that's why I say that dating apps are a must, because I am not the clubbing type. Rebecca, tell people how I am when I go out.
Girl, y'all, I be snatching her up. I be like, Shayla, come on, dance. Like,
because I really am a nice person, but like, I have a resting bitch face. I'm not the approachable type. I mean, I like to think that I am, but in reality, I just don't. I don't come off that way.
But it's like, to me, I don't know. Like, anytime I see a girl with like a face like that just looks like that, they're not smiling, I don't think nothing of it. Cause I'm like,
but that's you. Imagine a guy, like, that's another thing.
But it's like, if you're intimidated that easily, you were never gonna be my man to begin with. Because I'm not gonna lie to you, like, I will smile a lot, but for like most of the time we're at clubs and I don't want to be talked to, like, I'll just have my face sitting straight. And it's like, if that face, like,
I've never seen Rebecca in a party setting with just standing with a straight face.
Girl,
you put on a whole facade.
Girl, you're lying, because I definitely do sit with a straight face.
Girl, no, you don't.
Girl, I'm telling you, I do.
Okay,
it's her trying to clock me.
Y'all. It's you. We are unreserved. You cannot be.
Girl,
trying to put on a.
I'm not playing reserved. I'm just saying, in certain settings that I've been in, probably not with you.
I'm talking about parties. I've never seen you at a party.
At a party, I'm focused on me. I'm not even focused on nobody in there. If
there's good-looking guys, you are gonna be focused.
Because I'm a little focused on that. But for the most part, ask Shayla. Shayla, at a party, what do I do most of the time?
You're dancing.
Right. I'm focused on.
That's dancing. What I'm saying. You're never just in a corner reserve. I will be, unless I'm going to a party where it's bachata, merengue, salsa. Because that's another thing. A lot of times you go to parties, and maybe it's just the parties where I'm from, grinding is like the thing to do. And let me tell you, maybe when I was like in the teen bashes and stuff, like maybe I would do, but I've never really been the type to grind on a guy that I do not know. And most guys don't know how to dance bachata, merengue, or salsa. So it's like, if you can't dance that with me, you not for me. But also my type probably doesn't know how to dance that either.
One thing about Rebecca, I'm gonna throw this back, okay?
God, on strangers,
girl, you. Girl, no, but don't make it seem
not
like
this.
Don't make it seem like
no.
Don't make it seem no. I'm gonna throw it back, but I'm not saying I'm throwing it back on strangers. I'm throwing it back. I throw it back on y'all. I throw it back on my friends. Shayla, stop lying. You're lying. If somebody decides to catch it, I'm gonna see. I'm gonna look
Rebecca,
first. Shayla,
look at me.
Shayla.
You at a club.
Shayla, when me and you, Carly, and that girl went out.
We're at a club.
Right.
You don't know nobody.
Right. I know
except
y'all.
the girls.
I know y'all. And I start twerking for y'all.
And
if
that's
somebody fine comes behind me and my eyes connect with them and I think that they're worthy of having this thrown back on them, okay. But you can't, I'm selective about it. Can't nobody's ugly son come behind me. Listen, we fishing, but I'm not.
But looks are, according to you, someone will be ugly, and I might find them cute. So if to you they're ugly.
Yeah, girl, I'm only talking about my standards.
Okay. Well, again, that's another reason why I am not about to throw my behind back to nobody. I'm just not doing it. That's not my type of tea.
But I have, quick disclosure, I have a love for Hallmark movies, right? And
how you go from what we talking about to that? But go ahead.
You see, it's going to connect. Give me 12 seconds.
Okay.
So I have a fixation for the Hallmark movies. So, I just hit your mic. Sorry.
Girl, this audio about to be interesting. I think we're going to keep the camera up.
So I have a fixation for Hallmark movies, like I said. And even though, like, yeah, we go to parties and, like, guys will ask for my number. I'm like, sure, like, yeah, you can have my number. But it's like, I already don't think it's going to go farther from that. Like, I feel like the love story in my mind, I'm going to walk into a coffee shop and I'll find the love of my life. That's literally what goes through my head. So it's like, Shayla's going to tell you later, she's going to say, like, her type of man is not at the club. And I agree with that because I don't think that my man is at the club either.
You don't think that?
I don't think so. Girl, in all the parties I've been to and every number I've got, how many of them have gone farther than 3 months?
Here we go. We said it's not going to be at our job. We already graduated college. I'm not trying to go back. Maybe Rebecca...
I already tried talking to somebody.
Rebecca says sometimes that she is... That's another thing. I did in dorm. So maybe if I did dorm in college...
Girl,
maybe,
you ain't missed nothing. The options was very...
that was your experience. It might have been different for me.
Oh, yeah, you might have found something.
Anyways, so it not in college, not at my job, not at clubs. I think it stopped recording. I need to start again.
Why?
Okay, so the camera cut off, but we're back. We didn't say anything else. So this is why I say that dating apps are the next best thing, but also it's like, in my mind, I'm thinking, well, if there's men like me on dating apps because it's the only option, you would think that the dating apps would be bussin', but they're really not. I had two maybe potentials.
They're bussin'.
Right. I tried Bumble and deleted it the day of. My type of men are not there.
Shayla, first off, let's talk about your type because these people keep hearing you say your type and
Okay, go ahead.
You talk about your type, girl, first.
Okay, I think when I say my...
What do you think you're attracted to?
Well, I know what I'm attracted to. Not what I think.
But, like, you were saying to me, you don't actually know what your type is.
Did I say that?
Yes, you did.
No, I said you think you're attracted to this type of man, but if you're still single at the age of 25 and never actually dated anyone... 24. And never actually... At least I've dated some. Like, maybe just 2.
Girl,
but anyways,
I've dated people. That's the thing.
In a relationship, I'm talking about in a relationship.
Yeah, no, I can't.
Okay, so whatever. My type is, I'm not gonna say 6 feet and up, but really yes.
Right, because you definitely like 5'2".
I'm 5'3". But I need my man to be tall, and yes, he could be 5'9" and still be tall for me. But I don't choose what I like. I like what I like.
But it's like it be short people like you that blow mine because. It's like,
I know I don't need the height.
You could literally have someone who's 5'8" and you still breaking your neck to them. But me at 5'9", I gotta sit there and suffer with someone who's 5'9"
You don't gotta
or 5'10".
suffer. Wait for somebody.
No, because all the short ones, all the tall ones be with the short ones. Because y'all be looking like a number 10
Girl, we
over
look
here
cute.
together. Get out my face.
We look cute. So anyways, tall. They usually have a beard. Waves on swim for sure.
Because they hate on him. Okay.
Period. Usually like caramel and up, if in skin tone. You know.
Fucking dead. She like them black. Like let's get to the point.
From caramel. I've never dated. My first boyfriend was Puerto Rican, but he was like my color. My second boyfriend was like dark, like you.
Morena.
He was black. He's Dominican, black, afro-latino.
Right.
And yeah, my third was black.
The one with the ugly tattoo.
That's your opinion. I don't know what she's talking about. So yeah, so someone of color for sure, educated, because that's something about me. If you cannot have a deep conversation, like to me, I'm turned on by like.
You're a sapiosexual.
Girl, I have no. What's that?
That's someone who's attracted to intelligence.
Oh, girl, I'm say it again.
Sapiosexual.
Girl, you better. Is that true? That's a true word.
Hey Siri.
Sapiosexual.
Hey Siri. What's the definition of sapiosexual?
As an adjective, sapiosexual means of a person finding intelligence sexually attractive or arousing.
That's me. So if you can see, because this is something about me, I'm a know-it-all, or I think I know it all. So if my man could be like, teach me something.
On the think.
If my man could teach me something, oh, I love that. I love that. Teach me, please.
No, honestly, I feel that. I like learning.
Like especially because I was always like, this is what Rebecca understands. She always said she was a single mother. But like I've always had to know everything. So like if a man, that's another thing. The quote unquote, what do they call them?
What?
When guys are like
machismo?
Not machismo, but like the whole thing about like submissiveness, right? Like
dominant.
Yeah. I want a dominant man, but the person that I last spoke to told me that those type of men want a woman that isn't as like doesn't have masculine energy. That's the word I was thinking of. That dominant men don't want women that give off a lot of masculine energy. I hate
when people say that because literally most guys that I've talked to, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you, right? I have I'm nice, but I also have a very aggressive nature within me. Shayla can tell you. I
don't know. I feel like I'm more aggressive, so I don't know.
Aggressive in what way, Shayla?
I'm not about to be out here hugging you and like if I don't know you, I'm not like that. You're way more like friendly. Like I'm friendly, but I have to know you.
But my thing is I'm friendly, but I'm also very blunt. And that's what people assume me as being very aggressive.
Rebecca is not aggressive. Not that I'm over here trying to claim the aggressive title because it's not a good. I mean, I don't want to say it's a good or bad thing, but I definitely think I'm more aggressive. But anyways, continue.
To make this conversation go smoothly, we both have an aggressive nature about us because this girl gonna sit there and try to turn it into a competition.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying. I'm gonna tell you how it is.
Oh my goodness. Anyway, so guys usually tell me they like that. Like when we went to the last party,
they don't be like it for real.
But it's like they like that in terms of like foreplay, if that makes sense. No, like Shayla, if you think about it, like the wound up before you actually get to that point, like that's what they find attractive. But it's like if we were sitting in a car and I told him like, "What are you talking about? You sound dumb." He's not gonna like that. Like they choose and pick when they like it. Basically, is what I'm trying to get at.
Right. Well, I forgot where we were going with this, but the moral is that I had a guy tell me that because I have a lot of masculine energy or I give off a lot of masculine energy, it's going to be hard for me to find a guy that is dominant because those type of men usually like women that give off more of a feminine energy, right? Like let the man lead and all of that. But you know, something about me, if I feel like I'm not well versed in something, I'm gonna look it up. So when he told me that I had too much masculine energy, I definitely went on a whole research thing. I watched all the podcasts. I didn't read no books, but you know, I was reading some stuff online. And the moral is, and I came to terms with this, you're gonna find a man that's gonna like that, right? Like if a man is for you, he's not gonna feel less than or feel like you need to tone yourself down to make that person
I
feel
think that's
happy.
another thing that I feel like I've had a problem with is like because of the personality that I have, like you mentioned, like I am very hi, how are you? Like ha 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 ha. Like and people assume that as flirty. Quotations flirty. Mm-hmm. And so like I'll never forget this one time I had went on a date with a guy and our waiter had came and Shayla will tell you, I always talk to our waitresses, our waiters, like I'm always chatting up a storm. And like sometimes Shayla be like, girl, go let them do their job.
Right? You don't have to have a conversation with every, like, it doesn't be like, hi, how are you? It's, oh my God, I love your nails. Oh girl, what's your Instagram? Oh girl, what nail place you go to? It's like, girl, these people are probably in like their third hour of work. They is not worried about you.
Okay, but I probably made their work day better. At least that's what I like to think.
Okay, well, whatever.
Right.
Continue.
And so like we had went out on a date and he had asked me, oh, where do you want to go? And one thing about me, my default place is always Applebee's. And I always just be like Applebee's, right?
Economic date.
You say economic date?
Yeah, it's cheap.
I
mean, now it's not
right,
2 for 20,
right.
but still.
So like I was like, oh, let's just go to Applebee's. So we went to Applebee's right by my school. And so when we got there, our waiter, like he had a whole bunch of rings on his hands and stuff like that. And I had said to him, I was like, oh my God, like you have a bunch of rings on your hand, like why? Like, and I'm asking questions.
Not why, because he wants to.
Yeah, and like I was asking him where he got them from and stuff like that. So then, long story short, he left. He got us, like, he went to go get our drinks. I always get water with lemon, if you didn't know.
Girl, they're not worried about that.
Okay, because what if my man watching this?
Okay.
Right. And so, as soon as our waiter walked away, he looked, like, my date was looking at me. And I looked at him, I said, what? What happened? He's like, why are you always flirting with the wait staff?
Not the wait staff.
And I was like,
it's a wait staff.
Girl, I was like, what are you talking about? He was like, you were flirting with him. I'm like, huh? What?
Girl, that audio.
No, that audio really no, because girl, to this day, I'm shook by that. Like, huh?
Yeah.
Like, that's another thing. Like, I need a man who's like, I don't want a man who's too friendly, but I need a man who likes to communicate with others. Like, I don't want you being like stank face all the time. But people always tell me like, Rebecca, you opposites attract. So I shouldn't have someone who's just like me. I should get someone who's like opposite of me, which is why we kind of work. You're kind of opposite of me.
Am I?
Yeah.
Okay, if you say so. So I forgot. I lost my train of thought.
I have that effect on
the
people.
moral is that, yeah. So this is why I think dating apps are good, but the options on dating apps are also not that good. I was saying Hinge is a dub. I mean, not Hinge. Bumble is a dub. I tried Tinder. I met like 2 guys there. One, something, it was, And then the other one.
Huh? One what?
The other one. And then the other one just never got to anything. Like, I don't know what's wrong with men,
they lack initiative.
Or no. Men are very, very good at just running their mouth and like selling you castles, and they're gonna do this and we're gonna do this, but never putting action to it. And it's kind of amazing to me. It's like I was talking to this guy for months and months, and you know what the gag is? What I just realized, he I don't know how this is possible on Instagram, but I used to follow him, right? We were following each other, and I think he like, for some reason now I'm not following him.
Yeah, so like when you block somebody, it automatically makes you guys unfollow each other.
Isn't that crazy? When he literally did me dirty, but now he unblocking me or whatever. I don't think it's blocked, because when you block somebody, you can't see them.
No, you block them and unblock them. So then y'all unfollowed each other.
So this man did all of that for literally nothing, for me telling him, well, if we're never gonna meet, I don't know how I said it, but the moral is I literally stopped talking to him because first he said, oh, well, there's a lot of holidays. There's a lot of holidays going on. So let's meet after the holidays. So I was like, okay. I literally, after the holidays passed, I even offered to go see this man, like me, to go see him. He was like, oh yeah, this is a great idea, but not today. Let's plan it out. Planned it out, and it never happened. And then he did what he did.
This was Mr. Doctor in Training, right?
Yeah. And I'm like, mind you, like, would FaceTime me and whatever, like, I don't get it. Like, and also, it's like, it gets to a point where, like, now I graduated from college. I have my own apartment. I have like a quote-unquote
hold on, run it back.
Okay job.
What?
Apartment.
Okay, that part.
I have like a good job. So it's like, I should not be doing all of this for a man. At least I don't think I should, right?
Girl,
because it's like, what am I doing wrong? Maybe you guys can comment down below and give me options on like how I can find a man, because dating apps are also not working. So I feel like I'm just running out of options. Rebecca's friend Deanna was like, what? She's my friend too. Was like, oh, you should go to Barnes and Noble and just chill and maybe find your man there. But it's honestly like, maybe I'm gonna have to do that because I like going to the movies. You're not gonna meet your man at the movies. Like, maybe you can, but that hasn't been.
Maybe you don't want selling the tickets or popping the popcorn.
Not popping the popcorn, girl. By the time I get there, the popcorn already popped.
And he gonna pop right into your heart.
Girl, shut up. Well, I gotta keep. It's just so frustrating as someone that feels like she has all her stuff together, and she still can't find a man because. So it's like, maybe if I wasn't as educated and didn't have all my ish together, I could find a man. And that's another thing. I feel like we've put this bad connotation of if like you stress a lot about dating, it's not a good thing. But I feel like with everything in life, when you want something, you put in the effort, right? Like if you want a job or if you want a career, it doesn't just pop up at your door. You get it. And I'm sorry to, my last point I'm going to make is for a majority of my life, I never put emphasis on dating, right? Like in middle school, it was all school. Obviously, it's middle school. But like high school, I was never about dating. Even college, I was never about dating until, I don't know, like maybe after I went to Montclair. And even not then, because I felt like in our school, it was a lot of not what I was attracted to.
Girl, it was a PWI.
So then it's like, now I graduated and now I do care. And you know, you sometimes think, well, maybe if I would have put more effort on dating when I was younger, I would have found.
Girl,
my man.
I'm telling you this right now. The guys that was my options when I was looking into dating, yeah, it wouldn't happen now. Also, like, to go to Shayla's point, I feel like this is where you and I shifted in this aspect. Mm-hmm. Growing up, like, when I did start becoming interested into guys and like trying to sneak behind my parents' back and stuff like that, like I was so focused on dating. I was so focused on it all. And like school would always come second. Like I was more worried about friends. I was more worried about like hanging out with guys, figuring out how I could sneak to meet this one person and do what I have to do and stuff. And it's like now I feel like ever since like we got to our junior year of college, like I put all like dating on the back burner. And it's like I've been so career driven to the point where like when people talk to me about relationships, I constantly keep saying I just think I'm destined to be that designated single friend. Like I tell Shayla all the time, I'm like, I'm not even worried about dating. Like I really am not. Like that's not really what's on my mind. Like if I go to a party and stuff like that, yeah, there's guys there, and I like to look at fine specimens. I do. As a superficial human being in certain aspects, I like to look at fine people. So, but that doesn't mean like when I go there, like I'm like, oh my God, I need to walk out with a number or something like that. Because that's genuinely really not what I'm there for.
So you're saying you're not worried about dating and being in a relationship?
As of right now, really not. Like if something,
I wish I could relate to that, but I am. It's frustrating because you know a lot of people that I talk to about this, they're like, oh, like it'll happen when you least expect it, like blah 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 blah.
I believe
I'm a homebody, so unless I put effort to go out or the man literally just trips me on my way to my car to go to work, Well, not even to. Well, I guess if we're counting Marshalls, I'm not gonna find a man because I am always home. I really go clubbing, if that once a month.
And if she does, it's probably with me.
And I'm gonna be at that club, not grinding and just vibing by myself or with my friends, not with men.
Fact.
I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get it.
Honestly,
I go to the gym, but my gym bae also acting up. So it's like, oh well, he's actually not even my gym bae anymore. The guy that I used to like at the gym. That's not my man. That's not my man.
Nah, but like for me, so we went to a 4th of July party, and your girl was racking up numbers, unfortunately.
That's the thing I don't like about Rebecca. She act like she does not like that.
I really don't care.
So why would you give a man a number that you don't want?
Because it's easy to block.
Just be like, I don't. Rebecca swears that she never into nobody and she never wants nothing.
I really don't.
But then she be on Twitter like, maybe I do want a relationship.
Because I watch a Hallmark movie and I'm like, maybe I do.
Girl, good night.
Or like right now, my TikTok has literally just been relationships. And I've been seeing so much black love and it's beautiful. Don't get me wrong. I do want a relationship one day in life. And I do want to get to that aspect of my life where I'm comfortable and feel like I'm set in my own ways, to where I feel like I can open my heart to somebody else. But I just feel like because I'm not happy where I'm at in my career, But I feel like you're always gonna want more, no? Right. And it's like
that's my worst fear. I've always wanted to have kids and have my own family. Like, I don't care if I'm the CEO of something. For me, happiness means having my kids, being, like having my home. That to me is happiness, right? Like, yes, career is important, but like already in my young years of life, I feel like I spent so much on education and college and education and just career. Don't get me wrong, that is important, but I also feel like living your life is as well. Like, imagine being so old and not even having stories to tell, like, because all you did was just do nothing.
I mean, I have enough stories to last me a lifetime.
Girl, bye.
But I'm just saying, like, in terms of, like, I get what you're saying. Like, I'll never be, like, you're never going to feel like...
I mean, to everyone, happiness means different things, right? Like, for me, I know my happiness is having my kids with my husband, and that, of course, I want a career, and I want to be successful in that, but I feel like I'm not struggling as much in that department than I am when it comes to my love life.
But my thing is, growing up, I was the one who wanted to... Like, I've been planning my wedding... I've been planning my wedding since I was in middle school. Like, since middle school, perfecting it. Like, I have a dream folder on my laptop of everything that I want my wedding to be, where it's going to be, everything like that. Like, I've been saying for years, Shayla keeps telling me I'm lying, but I always said I want 12 kids. And people will always look at me like I'm crazy.
Well, you got to start this because you're 24.
But my thing
Unless
is,
you have kids
I
at
already
50.
told you that I'm not... I'll probably have one on my own.
Yes, but even if you adopt, like... You need to have that energy to be running around to a 2-year-old. Like,
girl, I'm literally 24. Once I have them kids, I'm going to have my kids by 26.
So you're going to be adopting year after year after year after year?
Girl, yeah, hopefully siblings.
Okay, well.
So it's like, I've been planning that. Like, I always loved kids. I always wanted that. And that was literally my mindset growing up. And then once junior year of college came, that's when I shift with that. Like,
why do you think it was junior year? Like, what happened? Like,
because I started taking my classes more serious. Because, once you're in junior year, you start doing more of your major classes. Mm-hmm. So I started taking that more seriously and seeing how, like, that and like communication and media arts and being on camera and doing entertainment was my true passion. And I started seeing that. And it's like every worker, like, speaker who used to come to our school, what did they used to say? Your work ethic. You have to work hard. You have to work hard.
Yeah, but that's why a lot of the people that are, not a lot, but I think a majority of people that are high up in our field are single or don't have kids. And again, that's what makes them happy. But for me, I don't care to be the CEO or like the executive producer of whatever if I don't have my family, because I'm going to be miserable. Girl, you better leave that on the floor.
Are you crazy? This the setting spray. Yeah, I get what you're saying, but at the same time, like, I'm so focused on my career that being single isn't even a fear for me. Because I've been single my whole life.
Okay, so do you think men think about dating as much as women do? Not all, because again, I don't want to generalize. You think that they be thinking like, damn, I'm single. Your friend
looking for love, right. It's the looking for love. Honestly,
I don't think so. I think they're more into like, I want to get it in,
but that's also like a generalization. I used to be one of those people who say all men are trash, all men.
No, I don't think that. Like, I don't think that.
No, but I'm saying I used to be that person who thought that, like, who. That's what I always said. But then I would see like certain guys, and like people saying like, I really want a relationship. We're talking about how much they love their girlfriends, and I'm like, I can't make that generalization anymore because. Like there are people who who go beyond what you see on social media and what's made.
Oh yeah, social media is so fake.
Because like on social media, everybody's complaining about being cheated on and everything like that. You rarely see the good, you always hear the bad because the bad is juicy. The bad gets you more likes. The bad goes more viral. You know, like seeing good things really doesn't go viral as much as people think they do. And so like I definitely think that
there are some men that
there's definitely men who really do want love. Like I feel like there are, but it's just like.
But where are they? How come I'm not finding them?
Girl,
that's another thing. Like the men that like you
your soulmate is not in New Jersey. But when I say
I'm not moving nowhere else, so he better travel or on a vacation. I better find him.
You better get into an open relationship.
Girl, now I'm not criticizing open relationships. I'm just saying that's not for me and what I like. My man is my man.
Oh, that part.
And not our man. That's not.
And that part only.
Thank you. Again, it turned off, you guys. This is how my makeup is looking. This has to be the last time I turn on this camera. So we better speed it up. You only got 5.
Oh, the audio about to be funny.
You guys, and one thing about it is I'm not editing that out. Something fell, and it is what it is. We got 5 minutes left. I'm a time it. Girl. It's 7:43. You have to be done in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna turn on a timer. Hold on, clock.
So Shayla, quick question, right? It got me thinking about it. What are some traits that, because I said it earlier, how like there's just certain things that guys do that just throw me off and like make me disgusted. So what kind of traits do you think like, or characteristics that you've seen in a man that automatically have like just turned you off completely?
Bad hygiene.
Ooh.
If I come around you and you stink, I'm not even gonna look at you. JK, I'll look at you, but that's very unattractive. If you're ignorant,
I love a man who smells good. Right. Oh my gosh, if you smell good, that's the best way to give me I'll snap my neck. Like, I'm telling you this right now.
If you say like a slick comment, like, you know, sometimes you're in conversation and like a guy just says something that's like hella inappropriate, like, I don't know. I'm very into like, if all you have to compliment me is my body, it's like, I understand if you don't know me, but even then it's like, just lie and be like, I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I have a lot of good features, so it's like it could be my hair, my eyes, my smile.
I already told you if he was ugly, we wouldn't be friends.
So it's like, if that's that. If you don't smell good, if you're ignorant, what else? If you're not about your career, I'm not saying you have to like have a college education, but if you working at Best Buy, you better, you know, be trying to be the manager of a Best Buy store by the end of your career. You know what I'm saying?
Like, what if they're complacent and happy at where they're at?
I'm trying to own a house with a pool, underground pool. So, I mean, if that complacent job can help us get the house that I want.
If you were making more money than your man, would you feel some type of way? I don't know. I don't know if I would. I don't think so. Because if you're giving me what I want, like if I'm attracted to you and like you're taking me out on dates and treating me well, I'm not going to be worried about the check that's coming in because you're treating me good. So regardless of if you're making $20, $30 an hour, $1 billion a year,
as long as I'm being treated right, I'm not gonna be clocking your money because I hope you're not clocking mine. Okay. Now, if you're over here asking me, like, I don't want to say I won't share my money with my man, but like, if every time I get paid, you're like, can I get half your check? Oh, baby, I'm not a sugar mama. This ain't it.
I definitely feel like whatever man I have, we can have a joint account, but we're also having separate accounts. And like when I say joint account, like I mean that's for
we got 2 minutes, so you better speed it up.
Don't do me. Like if we have a joint account, that's for everything that's for the house and things like that.
For bills.
Right, for bills and kids. But it's not to fund you and it's not to fund me. It's simply for the necessities.
Right.
Because I don't got time for no man watching my pockets. But to answer the question I asked you about what traits or like characteristics really throw me off, a man who lacks initiative. Oh my God.
A liar.
Oh, girl, you know how I feel about being lied to. Shayla knows. Yeah. Oh my God, lying to me.
Or like keep a word, right? Like if you say you're gonna call me at 5 p.m.
Oh, Shayla!
Call me at 5 p.m.
Because
tomorrow.
Shayla knows this is literally what I just went through. This is what I went through. I wasn't attracted to the guy, but I was like, Shayla, you think
you giving him a chance.
Yes.
It's like you still fumbled the bag.
Like, oh my God, this man told me he was gonna call me. I said, okay, bet. Like, call me. And, you know, it was late. Don't get me wrong. Like, I have this rule. I'm like, don't call me after 11 o'clock. But I was already up. I wasn't going to bed anytime soon. So I said, you know what? I'll make an exception. He said, I'm going to call you as soon as I get out of work. I said, what time you got out of work?
He came and went from work.
He said 12:30. I said, bet. Y'all, it's 1, 2 a.m., 3 a.m. I mean, if he was to call me after 1 a.m., he wasn't going to get that response from me at all. And it's just like, I was just like, bruh, like, you lack initiative. And then I told him I was going to get my hair done. And he was like, I was like, oh, but it was going to rain. I was like, but it started raining, so I just decided to go home. He was like, damn, it would have been a perfect day for us to cuddle, but you ain't want to come over. And I was like, I said to him, I was like, oh, you want to cuddle before you take me out on a date? He goes, you right.
That's another thing. Like, I know we're sexual creatures, but if all you could think about is getting in my vajayjay, like, please, at least fake the fun. Like, take me on a date. Like, do a little something to make me want to do something with you.
Like, facts. And then you sitting on fucking, I'm sorry, I'm getting mad, y'all. I was getting mad. And then he sat on, he was on, like, Instagram Live with his female friends the entire time, sitting here talking about some, y'all females, this, that, and the third. And it's just like, shut up. Like, you're not even cute enough to act the way that you do.
We really only got 5 more. I reset the alarm.
Okay. I'm almost done anyway. I'm like, you're really not that cute to be talking the way that you do. And it's really annoying me. And it's like, then he gonna sit there and he gonna hit me. So then he would do these sporadic text message things where, like, I'd respond to his text message and he'll text me back 3 days later. So after he did that the first time, I wasn't going to text him back. And I already said I wasn't going to text him back. So then he texted me again saying, hey, beautiful, how are you doing? So he going to have to talk to himself.
And that's another thing. If all you can message me is how are you and what are you doing, how many times can we have a conversation about that? Like, you're not trying to get to know me. It's always what you doing, how are you. No initiative. Like, get to know me, what I like, my hobbies, like.
And then when I say things, the most attractive trait that a man can have is someone who actually listens. Shayla, I love from friends. I love guys. I love when people remember things that I say. So if I tell you I love Hallmark movies, when it's Christmas time, my Christmas gift should be when the convention comes to New Jersey, that you take my fine self up in there so I can see all the Hallmark actors. But do you think people do that? No. They be like, oh, what you want for Christmas? If I have to tell you...
The audio.
I'm sorry. I'm getting angry.
Anger issues. You guys remember earlier?
She
said that?
Yeah, I told you I do have anger issues. I get angry real quick. I try not to. But like, I don't know. Let's just say he was definitely a dub, and it was doomed from the start.
Yeah, that's the guy. You gave this man a chance.
Then the one person who I actually wanted out of the bunch, that the 4th of July party that I mentioned, he was crazy.
Can I just say, I also went to the same, because there's gonna be people out there that are gonna tell me you need to put yourself out there. I went to this same exact party. Rebecca got like 5 guys' number. Deanna got like
I got 8.
whatever. Deanna got like 4 or 5, the same number. I got 0. I didn't talk to any man. I said hi to friends that we already knew. And it's just, I'm not doing that. And not one guy came up to me. Not one. And I was looking good.
No, she was. She was, y'all.
Not one. So I don't know what it is. Maybe the vibe I give off. I don't know. But again, comment down below, all my successful women out there. What are you guys doing to find your partner?
I even had this conversation with my mentor about like dating and everything like that. And like, you know, she's told me, she's like, you know, I'm not even looking anymore. Like, and I was like, that's so sad because she's so pretty.
And successful. Like, she got a good job. That's what it means. Like, job, like, yes, money is important, right? Because you need a job. But it's like, she has it all but that. And she wants to be in a relationship. Because some people just don't, right? They're okay with just...
I.e. me.
Yeah, exactly. Not me.
Girl.
It's sad out here.
It is sad. But, you know, I have faith in it. I have faith in you, Shayla.
I hope so. Please, God. By the time I'm 26, I really only got like a year.
And you know what's crazy? You know what I realized? That, you know, when everybody's making like their New Year's resolutions and things like that, I didn't even put a relationship on there. Like, nothing about a relationship was mentioned. Everything was career related.
Well, for me, it was my apartment, but also relationship.
I feel like you're going to find something soon, my love. Real soon.
So.
For real soon. Real soon.
If I do, you guys will definitely hear it on Unreserved Conche. Because...
Y'all, can I just do a... I bought this lip liner.
Girl, you got 1 minute.
Okay, I just got to do my lips. I got this lip liner from the Beauty Supply. The creamiest lip liner I've ever had in my life.
There you go. Get into it.
All right. Don't sleep on the Beauty Supply, y'all. Who's listening to that? That's a jam.
My neighbors.
Hey. Okay, DJ.
As you can tell, I don't even know if you can tell I put makeup on because that's how I like it.
My makeup is natural too. What are you trying to say?
But you have like a more full coverage.
Girl, it's BB cream. You use actual foundation.
Girl, but this foundation is like no foundation.
Girl, it's...
But I like it. I'm not worried about it. The best setting spray, Urban Decay All Nighter.
The best lip liner. I can't tell you the name. I know it's Beauty Supply. That's it.
Visit your local beauty supply.
It's a gel base.
Anyways, you guys, the alarm has spoken. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode 2 of Unreserved Conche talking about... I think that's what I'm gonna title it.
What?
Successful women can't find men. I'm not gonna title that because people are gonna come for me, but
right.
Why successful women struggle in relationships, something along those lines. Let me take off this.
But my thing, you know what I realized? I've been offered opportunities to be in relationships. I
have not. That's my problem. People is that they've been offered, they this. I haven't been offered. I haven't been nothing.
Like, I don't know. I don't know what it is. Like, I don't even... And I tell Shayla this all the time. I'm like, you will literally put the fillers out there. I don't. And people just be trying to talk to me. I don't know. I'm sorry that you go through this, Shayla.
It's okay.
But you know what? Actually, let me say it. Because when we had gotten out the lockdown, remember it was you and I, we were both looking for relationships. Mm-hmm. And then you started talking to somebody and I started talking to somebody. And yours started going further. And I actually have put that, like, I was putting out the fillers for that. When I tell y'all, Shayla was talking to the guy who's typically kind of my type, which is like, I like dudes who are from, like, the hood and have that street mindset. And, like, you know, who are affiliated.
No.
In criminal life.
Don't listen to that. You guys, I literally surround myself with people that are smart. Not saying that if you're affiliated, you're not smart. That's not true. What I'm saying is, she just be talking.
Girl, every guy who I've tried to take serious literally came from the streets.
Whatever. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm going to take out the camera to show you guys our look, at least. And maybe we can do a thumbnail.
Yes.
this is my look.
Hold on, I need to spray my face.
You can't even like see me. This too close.
Mm.
Oh my god! Literally, the light makes me look like I have. Maybe here. Anyways, it's like very natural. I never wear makeup, and I'm also not a makeup pro. So, this is it. Our makeup looks.
One thing about it, I'm gonna beat my face.
Show yourself, Rebecca.
I look like the palest ghost in the mug.
I don't know. Maybe it's my camera.
I've never seen a black ghost, but Ghostbusters, let me know if that's true.
Okay, well, thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of Unreserved One Shay. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Comment down below if you did. If you're also struggling with finding love, please let a girl. Oh my god, I actually forgot to put mascara. No wonder I look dumb.
Oh, girl, no, I forgot to put mine too.
Girl, let me put this right here. Oh, it's so hot. One thing about it, mascara is really, really it. If you don't have mascara, you be looking iffy.
Mine is the better than sex, I think.
Ooh, it's so hot. I have Maybelline.
I've had mine for so long. I'm literally
gonna use the camera as like. Oh no, I have a whole mirror here.
I could be lying about this being the better than sex one. I've had it for so long, or like actually, it's not.
Can you guys see me? Listen, this is not perfect, but in order for me to be consistent, I need to not worry about it being perfect because then I'm gonna be in my head, and I'm not gonna post. And one thing about it, I'm a post.
Facts, because you ain't paying for a 5-star dinner.
Period. Okay. So there you go, ladies and men. Mascara literally makes...
And y'all, if y'all do y'all waterline, that literally brings the look together. I was looking like a cheeseburger, but I'm telling y'all, wait till...
I love cheeseburgers. I would want to look like
a cheeseburger too, but I don't want to look like one. Let me tell. Wait, y'all gotta see the waterline action. Y'all gonna see this transform.
I don't know why I look so pale. I promise you guys, I'm not this pale.
You can fix that editing.
Oh yeah, I'm not doing that. Okay, I'm really gonna say bye, you guys. Say bye, Rebecca.
Oh, you gotta see this waterline action, like y'all. It just brings the eyes together.
What she said. Bye, guys.
Bye.